go. Nice. Look at that.
I thought I missed the first one, but there's actually two.
Yeah. All right, not a bad start. We just barely pulled down the road. There's some grouse. We see them going to the bushes. We go into the bushes after them. Boom, 4 grouse. I found a spot. I'm not even gonna really be roughing it for tonight. You taste the water and tell me how many fish are in there.
A little dirty.
Yeah.
Clear water though.
Clear water.
Super clear water.
Hey guys, I just want to take a quick second to talk to you about our sponsor for this video, CuriosityStream. It's a documentary streaming app like none other. $20 a year, and I know maybe some of you, your first thought is documentaries, I'm not too into it. Me, I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd, but after spending hours of watching and picking through all the other streaming apps and not finding anything all that satisfying anymore, I found CuriosityStream to be quite the opposite of all that. If anything, my problem now is which one to pick because they all look good. Documentaries on science, nature, food, travel, a little bit of everything for the entire family. Download the app on your phone and you can cast it to the TV and watch it there, or find it on your smart TV or the majority of other streaming platforms. My latest favorite is this one on the Black Sea Wrecks. I mean, being able to go on an adventure with these documentaries and go places I could never go.
The ship would have sailed during the Ottoman Empire, probably around 300 years ago.
And my girls and I love to watch the nature ones, the beautiful underwater footage. And that's 2 different documentaries. There's a shark one. That's not the dolphin. So if you're interested in watching something that's for the whole family, it doesn't leave you with a bad taste in your mouth, check out CuriosityStream, linked in the description below. A little bit of something for the entire family. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this special 4K movie edition of the Wilderness Living Survival Challenge, Canada. We're gonna do a weigh-in at the beginning, at the end, so I'm gonna remove my
140.4. So that's my official weigh-in weight. If I lose any weight whatsoever during the challenge, I officially lose.
205.6. It's consistent.
All right, there you go.
Weighing in at 205.6.
Not gonna work.
There we go, cleaned up. Look what a mess that shotgun makes of it. It'll be good though. All right, so I let him have first blood. The birds are coming out pretty good, but I still think a headshot with a slingshot would have been a lot cleaner. All right, so already you can see a little bit of competition strategy going on here. Chris has got it figured out. The point is to lose the least amount of weight to win. And he's got me doing all the sawing and all the work. And he's like, I'll pluck the grouse. Who's burning more calories? I'll let you decide. This is not going to be your typical survival challenge. The day before, we actually went out with Fast Track Kennels and harvested a bear, so we're going into this with some staples, kind of like a modern day settler situation. Check out the link in the description below if you'd like to see the bear hunt, and check out the Wooded Beardsman channel if you'd like to see the beavers he trapped before I got here. So now starts the true challenge. Can we gain or maintain our body weight while pushing further into the Canadian wild and continuing to provide new food and catch and cook something different every day? There we go, we've added the chanterelles, we got some bear fat, what's that, a roast?
Yeah.
From the bear?
Bear loin, I think.
Bear loin. We got the birds from earlier, the bear from yesterday, the chanterelles for while we're out on the bear hunt.
And the cheat, sugar, salt.
And salt.
People would have carried salt with them all over the place, so I don't think it's cheating. Seasoning salt. There you go.
Alright, look at that, beautiful, all kinds All 4 birds in there, and the bear fat and the bear meat. That's gonna be awesome. The big reveal. How'd we do? Oh, beautiful.
Pretty good.
It looks like we were just about to be low on water. We probably could have had some more liquid in there.
You're gonna eat a chunk
I'm
of
gonna
fat?
eat just a big old chunk of fat.
Well, because you're in ketosis, you can do it. If I did it, it might blow through me. Hard-earned bear meat.
Let's see, is there any cooked all the way through?
Oh, it's gotta be
good
cooked.
Good and safe, yeah.
It's gotta be cooked by
All right.
now.
Oh,
Good?
that is good. That's good.
What does it taste like? Is it like beef? I find it like a loose beef. Like not a tough beef, like a loose beef.
I feel like there's some other flavor there, almost like a... that you get like in a lamb chop or something, you know? It's like...
Like a wildy.
Yeah, that wildly taste, but it's not gross in any way. It tastes really good. And I think because the way we cook it, it tastes like a roast. Like any beef roast that you did.
Yeah, it's a roast-like.
Yeah, it tastes...
It's beef-like.
Yeah, it's very beef-like. The fat is very juicy, very good. It really works well. Here's a big old chunk of fat. Right.
That needs to be rendered more, but you're ready to go with that.
I'm going for it. A big old chunk of fat.
How many calories in that chunk?
I don't know. There's more calories than fat, right?
Absolutely.
And
yeah, fat's the thing.
And this is, you know, with being a ketogenic, I'm trying to eat 60% fat in my diet, so.
First day, really living off of our food. We got a lot more to come.
Ooh, the bird didn't turn out so good. My biggest fear is that we got so much bear. We got, you know, like 100 pounds of bear and 2 giant beavers. My biggest fear is that I get so sick of eating it. All right, refilled the pot for breakfast. There's a big old beaver rear end. Tail would come off there, top of the beaver going that way, and put that on the fire. The Dutch oven and 4 or 5 inches of hot coals. So the coals will burn down, Dutch oven will settle, beaver will cook, wake up, warm it up again. Beautiful, tender, juicy beaver for breakfast.
40% chance for rain.
Still a little bit drippy and drizzly, but mostly just from the trees.
Got a chance for showers or thunderstorms, and also little disturbances from like along this thing will bring us a chance for rain. Expect rain to be heavy at times, especially this evening, and then once again late tonight, so be prepared for that. 40% chance for rain.
Bit of a slow start, wet morning. Fire didn't want to take. We got it though. What do you think?
I think that looks good. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, looks like it's a tough chew. But she's cooked through. Just I don't know, breaking the right apart. That's not bad.
Yeah. You don't mind my hands in your
No,
meal?
I'm not worried about it. Not at all. She'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad we put this on last night.
Yeah, that would have been that was a good, by putting it on last night, that must have been a good, I don't know what, 5 hours of kind of stewing away through the night. Softened her up, and a little bit of a warm up this morning. Throw some more of these chanterelles in, and some bear fat, and we'll put her on the fire once that's hot enough. We can put some coals on top and get it warmed up to a boil, rolling boil, and we'll be able to have ourselves some brunch. There we go. Breakfast is on. What you got there?
Seasoning salt. It's
seasoning salt.
The secret wooded Beardsman
ingredient,
and it does a heck of a job tenderizing the meat and making it palatable when you're eating it a ton.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, you can, if you're by the ocean, obviously you can have salt.
Yeah, you could have brought salt for me.
Yeah, I could have brought some sea salt, but the only other salts you get from wild food is the salts and stuff that are in the bones. I rigged my slingshot up with some heavier bands. Guaranteed takedown for the grouse. I'm gonna go with a TheraBand. Get tuned up because I've been shooting other slingshots a lot lately, but I really think the Axiom's gonna be the winner for the grouse hunting. So, see what she can do. I want to make sure my aim is dead on. I don't want to hurt or wound anything. Oh yeah, look at that. Fogging it right up with all the steam coming off of that. That looks nice. Chanterelles, fat. That is going to be, oh, that's going to be one delicious. I think I'm going for that one right there. That looks all fatty and meat. Oh, that seasoning salt.
Makes it.
It's so much to chew. I wish I'd cut that in half, but it's so good. It really is. Chris has made applesauce. Looks really good.
It's like walking up to the buffet.
I know. It's like
Help yourself. So we've got chanterelles, we got bear fat, we got beaver meat. It's seasoned to perfection. And then over here you have dessert, which is applesauce.
Oh, that beaver is just falling right apart now. Even, I mean, you tore it up, but like, it comes right to pieces. That's definitely done good. All right.
So you would recommend people eat beaver?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just eat it. Dive right in there.
That's better than rabbit. It's as good as goat, which is like my favorite meat. It reminds me a little bit of goat leg. It's like the stringier part of the leg where it's like kind of, but like cooked really well, stewed down like this, it just melts in your mouth. It tastes pretty sugary.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like real applesauce.
Oh yeah. Wild applesauce.
That's all left for me. I don't know if I could eat all that.
You can eat. Oh, that is good.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild apple tree. We find those in southern Ontario along the farm fields. They're everywhere like that. And nobody will bother with them because they look kind of gross. You know, they're all buggy and you got to do a little bit of work to cut all that stuff out, but there's nothing wrong with them. You can make an apple pie.
Just more protein.
More protein.
A little bug protein in there.
There's a funny story behind that. Jeremy actually ate one raw and I think it made him sick one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was heaving and throwing up. So I always make sure I cook these because there's bugs literally all through it, leaving all sorts of you know what.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what you get when you don't use pesticides. So, organic, wild apples, no spray.
Let's say some grace and dig in some more. Lord, thank you for this food. This beaver really is good enough that I feel like you could serve this in like a fancy restaurant easily, and people would be loving it until you told them what it was. All right, stew's on for dinner. We're gonna head on down the road, see if we can get some grouse. You guys wanna hear the best sound in the world? We're gonna see if we can cruise around some of these back roads, walk around a bit, get some grouse with the slingshot and some more with the shotgun, and have some fun.
Chase after them, but
Got him! We got him successfully. Let's see if we get some more. Whoa! Look at the size of that. Wow, that is one big beaver lodge. That thing is 12 feet tall. I don't think I've ever seen one this big. There's not even a pond here. This is amazing. Wow. The beavers that live in this must be like 12 foot across. What a good eating that would be, huh? Well, only one grouse today with the slingshot. That's all right. We got plenty of bear to eat. This will taste pretty good if we cook her up with the bear fat. And I found some lobster mushrooms, which are like this cool mushroom that is not its own mushroom. It basically colonizes other mushrooms. They're really easy to identify. If you look them up, there's like you can't miss it when you find them. And they're a good tough like stewing mushroom, so it should be really good. So I took it down to the water, got it, which is just a cut and pull out its insides. I left the heart in there, and I took the gizzard and cut that open and cleaned the rocks out, and now I just gotta peel out this tissue here from the gizzard. It's a little tough to eat. And inside here, these two muscles of the gizzard, there's some rocks in there, and the bird will grind with the rocks and the food until it's able to work that into its digestive system. Yummy. Well, it doesn't look as appealing in the dusky light of dusk. But I'm sure it tastes just as good as before. Everything's broken down so much from, was it like a third cooking now on this beaver?
yeah.
It tastes just as good.
Beaver's still hitting the spot.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Especially after trekking around all day.
It's better than it was before.
It is. It's softer and juicier. And it tastes wicked good after trekking around all day and trying to get all those grouse and stuff. So I guess I won that challenge. Just because we didn't see many. But that was a blast. Yeah, that was fun.
It was a hard hunt.
It was disappointing that we weren't able to find more, but you know.
The weather's not helping us out.
No.
It's too rainy and miserable for birds to even want to show themselves.
We just deserve a pat on the back for not just sitting around when it was rainy and miserable all day, getting out there and trying stuff, see what we could make work, kind of thing.
Keep ahead of our food.
Yep.
Every day brings new life to help us on our way. Always taking my breath, whether sun or rain. The wind will carry us over, that horizon we see is getting closer. This is why we live, for moments like this. This is why
Nice, it's gonna be a good day. Bright sun.
This is why we live.
Slingshot.
This is why we live. This is why we live. Moments like this. This is why we live. This is why we live. Moments like this. Moments like this.
There we go, fire in no time. It's all about the prep work. Higher up the dryer up, you go to the trees, like the hemlocks or pines, you get some branches from up in underneath where they're protected. You bring those down with the smaller fine tips, get a little pile of those going, like you saw at the end, and then a lot of small stuff, especially in this wet area like this, a lot of the small stuff. Faster you get it going, the faster you can get your coffee on. Alright, so it's day 3 of eating the stuff that we brought with us and the grouse that we got, and we're gonna do a weigh-in before we head up the river for 6 more days out there. So let's see what I weigh in at. I weighed 205.6, I think it was. Okay, 203. Losing weight. We've been eating a lot too.
You're down 3 pounds so
down-
far, according to the scale.
So if we were just saying 205, it's like I'm down 2 pounds.
Yeah, down 2 pounds.
I'm losing the challenge. For those of you that care, you might be wondering how we do this with all the cameras and all the batteries. Chris, he brings lots of batteries. I, on the other hand, have less batteries, but I have a solar charger and a power pack unit right here.
Of course, I washed my hands this morning with soap. I didn't. But I gotta get it done. So dismantle this, make it in nice chunks so that we can actually eat it. And all the bones go back in, everything goes back in. We don't waste anything here. It all gets stewed and rendered down. And we make this beaver go as far as we possibly can.
Nice. I haven't done instant coffee in like over 2.5 years, so. But it's got the caffeine in it I need, so I don't end up grumpy and biting Chris's head off, so that's the most important thing. It'll suffice. Alright, how'd we do?
I think we did pretty good.
Looks great. Put the beaver ribs in there.
Yeah.
Little beaver ribs.
Spare ribs.
Yep. And big old hunks of fat. I'm gonna have myself some of that. Mmm. That is excellent.
You tired of eating beaver yet?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Good.
No. Oh, and that broth is so rich. That tastes so good. I feel so good. I woke up this morning and I just felt so rested. Sleeping in my hammock, eating like this. I feel like I'm getting a recharge. Boom, nailed it. All right, so we just jumped a grouse. Driving down the road, we're gonna head out into the woods and see if we can't get it. See if we can find a way to get in here. This woods is thick. Right there. Beautiful shot. Good.
Yeah, that's a better shot. Didn't wreck it this time.
That's some good eating. Here we are down at the river. Time to load out, pair down, head upstream. Let's do it. All right, I pared down my huge pile to 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags. That's the camera bag, trap basket with my tools and different things, drone and 2 little packs inside of there for my pot and stuff like that. This has got clothes and my charging gear and my hammocks and things, and then my shotgun over there. All right, you ready? Ready. Nice, yeah! Nice.
That's my first duck on the wing.
Yeah. Woo. There we go.
There you go.
1 duck. We found a campsite. We had come past this earlier and decided to turn around and come back to it because there just wasn't much doing on the lake, and we keep seeing those ducks on our way up the river, so we thought we'd come back and post up here. We can head up to the lake, do some fishing, come back down, do some duck hunting at dusk and dawn. There we go. Let's see what we got going on here. Nice, nice. Fire pit. Second fire pit. There we go. We can have separate fires if we don't want to spend time together. We get a little sick of each other's company. Look at this. There's even a camp table. I'm gonna have to repair that. You going for a cover photo?
Somewhat, yeah. What are you doing over there? Stealing my secrets?
Just watching you do your thing.
This is how I do my cover photos.
A little behind the scenes there. If you wonder how he does it, now you know.
I just stand there.
He's a minimalist. Like, amazing what he does with just 2 cameras. I don't even know how many cameras I have on me. It's embarrassing now that I see him do everything with 2. Looks like a little clearing through here. It might be nice for my little homestead for the next 6 days all goes well. All right, all done. I can stand in it up here. Both the wings are pulled out on the hammock, the one where you put your gear in, the other side so you can breathe. My underquilt is on, and my other kit and gear and bag are down here. I'm all set, so if it's raining heavily, I can take the wing in and bundle this up and out of the way, and I have all of this space around me to be able to utilize and hang out free of being rained on directly. So we just added my first camp creation here, down log that I cut off, brought over here, and I cut all of the sticks. You see them coming down like this, all of them, so they approximately be flat with the ground, and it makes a bench. And then you just bring it over to where you want it, stomp on it till it settles, and you got yourself a comfy 2-person sitting spot, so we can sit somewhere nice by the fire and pluck the birds.
Cheers.
Cheers. More beaver, lots of bear fat. Yeehaw, everything a growing boy needs. There's the bear fat and beaver meat with every meal so far.
Sorry, I'm a little high on my fat.
You're a little fat high?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you just get like a rush?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't do that too often. But you should, because it's good for you. At the same time, just let it settle in there.
Good morning. I've been awake for like an hour just laying here. I feel sick thinking about beaver and bear fat stew. And we got ducks. I don't want to waste anything. I feel like I've been eating a little bit less every day. It's like that's so much more and more filling. I don't really need as much with all that fat. A little bit of a headache. Only thing that's gonna solve that is getting up and getting going, getting some liquids, and getting some coffee. Let's get this day going. Looks like an early bird beat me to the worm. He's already down here, posted up. Did you see anything?
I wasn't set up in time.
You
I
heard
had one fly right over here, so I thought I'd set up on this side, watch them come up the channel. Oh, here's some geese.
have to move it.
Yeah.
Smoke's going that way. I'm like a bucket of coffee for breakfast. It's just a regular cup of coffee inside of there, but I have so much other junk I'm toting around with me. I'm trying to be like a minimalist with the my pots and coffee cups and all that stuff. You know, Chris, he goes all out in another direction. You can see here his pot and pan collection. He's got quite the pot and pan collection for all the stuff. And so we pretty much have the same amount of gear, except for mine is all the extra cameras beyond his. I have 3 more cameras than he has, the drone and then the charging system for all of that, and the solar panel that rolls out. Beautiful, cool morning to sit by the fire for a little bit, read my waterproof Bible. What do you think?
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
You hungry?
I think it's time to invite the community because we can't eat this anymore.
That's not a good sign, let me tell you that. It's nasty.
Finally, we've reached our limit on beaver stew.
Yeah.
So last night, here, let me cover this back up. Last night, I felt really sick and I woke up. I was trying to hold it down and I woke up. I'm like, I gotta go walk and see what happens. So I ended up walking around a little bit and I was dry heaving a little bit, and I find a spot for myself and kind of curl up in a ball. Crouched over and nothing happened, and then I came out the other end. I felt, right, that's good, maybe that was the problem. So it was, I don't know how much is TMI for your audience, right? It was a squirt anyway. It squirted a bit, it was tarry, it was black. But I had a good one the other day, so I thought I was all good. Anyway, got that out. I felt a little bit better, and then I got the shivers, and I'm like, this actually feels good just to shiver in the cold. So I think I just had to burn some calories off. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try to throw up a little bit because my stomach was like huge from eating all that stuff last night. So I threw up a little bit.
Yeah.
About a handful, and I'm like, that's good. And I went back to bed, and everything was good, fine after that. So.
You felt good when you slept?
Yeah, I felt fine after I slept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after I threw up a little bit, just a handful.
And does it? So you're hungry for it now?
I'm not hungry. No. I don't know. It's hard to say if I'm hungry for it now.
I'm not hungry right now. Still the fun of eating. I didn't throw up, but I felt like for the last 3 hours before I got out of bed, I felt a little nauseous, like motion sickness.
Zach says he's not feeling too well. He's not a boatsman. He's a boat builder, but he's not too.
No, I'm all about canoes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done plenty of canoe trips and things. So I've never. I don't know.
Just not feeling well.
I feel a little hinky, not bad, but just like a little, just like a 5%, just enough that, like, you know what, I don't feel like eating. Doesn't make me feel like I'm lagging or anything. I feel body-wise, I feel strong.
Yeah, I
right?
feel fine. I feel 100% like I can do physical activity. I don't feel ill. Like I don't feel weak. I just feel
no, not at all.
Not hungry.
Like overly full. Like you eat not like you ate a turkey dinner and you want to take a nap, but like I don't know, like satiated, like so satiated that I'm like all set. And I think that a lot of people get carried away with like, oh, it's mealtime, let's eat breakfast, and oh, okay, it's lunchtime, let's eat, but like maybe when you're eating the right foods and you eat enough of it, you don't need to overeat. You can eat enough of it, satiated, you go and burn it off. We'll go paddle or we'll go hike and look for grouse. We'll burn it off and we'll come back with an actual appetite.
Yeah, so that's where we're at on the Wilderness Living Challenge.
Yeah.
We're excessive to the point of gluttonous.
Yeah.
You gotta just tone it back a little bit and listen to what our body tells us.
But as far as I know, that we've been like that from the beginning, and I was still, as of yesterday, I had lost, like 3 pounds. So let's see how it goes towards the end. I just saw something. What is that? I didn't notice this last night when I was setting up. Here's my little spot. Oh, hammocking up in here, all nice and cozy. But I just seen something up here. There's some... What is that? Some ribbon out here in the woods. What in the world? Oh, there's a giant pit. Wow. There's a big old pit down there. That's like, I don't know, like 8 feet deep. I wonder how deep the water is underneath of there. That's kind of creepy. Must be like a mining test hole or something. I'm camped just over the hill from this creepy hole. Like something from The Ring. I hate horror movies. Don't watch horror movies. But I think I watched The Ring. Ugh, stuff crawling out of wells. That's gross. I'm gonna picture that tonight while I'm in my bag. If I hear noises out here, something crawling up out of here coming after me in the night. Why'd I have to think about that? Now I got the willies. I gotta explore some more so I know what it's here for, so I don't think about stuff like that. Yikes. Gonna be thinking about zombie mooses coming out of there all ticked off that they fell in a hole, man-made hole. My dad told me a story about when he was a kid. He watched Deliverance, and he was afraid to go in the woods for like a month. And before I went to Patagonia for 87 days surviving out there, I watched a scary Sasquatch movie. And I had some nightmares out there. You hear the thumping on the trees. I don't know what it was. And there wasn't supposed to be anybody in any of those directions. And I heard thumping in the woods. And you hear the mountains crumbling all the time. And you hear rocks coming off the tops of the mountains out there. But the thumping was just a bit unnerving. So I don't recommend watching scary movies. Not fun. Alright, so we're making grouse ducking. Since we don't have a stuff to make a bushcraft turducken fully, it's just gonna be a 2-bird grouse ducking. I'm gonna take the grouse, jam it inside the duck. Sounds so funny. First you take the grouse, you clean your grouse, got your duck, you clean your duck, and you jam it inside the duck. And I'm gonna cook it over the fire to burn off the little bit of duff on her that we haven't gotten off completely. It was a hard pluck, this one. But she's ready to go. And I'm gonna use some of Chris's adobo as my seasoning spice for all of this. And she's in. Adobo on the outside of the duck. Alright, so Chris hasn't seen this part. This is the secret part of my secret recipe for my grouse ducking. Is I got a big old hunk of bear fat. So it's almost a grouse bear ducking, I guess. I'm gonna jam that in there so it gets as it melts down and while it's cooking, it's like putting butter inside of a burger and making a really juicy burger that way. Just get it in there. This isn't creepy or weird at all, is it? Oh, all right, there we go. Nailed it. My bird is on. Got my adjustable sticks here and here so I can raise and lower it at different levels and bring it closer or further from the fire. I got high hopes for this being like the most delicious grouse ducking ever made.
So there's our moth.
There we go, that pretty much does it. Nice little in-ground refrigerator. Now we can feel secure that our meat will be safe. We won't be wasting anything. Do a quick practice here. Alright, I'm ready.
Walk the trail over there,
Yeah, let's check it out.
see if there's any grouse.
Yeah. Alright, splitting up the team to cover more ground. Increase our odds of actually getting a grouse, or at least increase my odds of getting a grouse. He's always out in front, taking all the shots of the ducks. Look at that big old moose track. And the moose isn't the only thing that's out here. Got some wolf tracks. Right there. What a beautiful place. Haven't heard anything from Chris's direction, so I'm guessing he hasn't had any better luck. Oh man, would you look at that? I wish I could take that home with me. The perfect giant slingshot.
Got him.
Nice. Another grouse.
There we go.
Alright, just jam him in there. We'll clean up the mess another time. There we go, perfect. One bird.
Try not to make a mess.
No worries. That's what the satchel's for. Alright, so we got our platypus here with the dirty water, and we just barely hooked it up. It's already running down through the filter into the clean bag and filled that much water purified. And when you're done, you simply unhook this here, and that's what you use to fill your water bottles. And just, there's your close off valve. Open it up, fill your bottle or your pot, your cook pot, whatever. Close it off again. Let's see how the grouse ducking is doing. Ooh, not too bad. A little bit on that side cooked, but we weren't here to tend the fire, so it still needs a lot of work. There we go, nice close to the fire. That should do. Ooh, doesn't that just look delicious? But it's bear meat, so we don't want to be eating it when it's pink and rare. We gotta make sure it's fully cooked through, because with bear meat you can get trichinosis, so you gotta make sure it's cooked fully through. Some adobo. That's the good stuff right there, bring out the flavor. All right, it's done. Look at that. Oh, right there, look at that. Doesn't that just look delicious? Cooked in bear fat. Oh. That is so good. That adobo.
Yeah. Woodobo.
Woodobo.
Woodobo is a brand. Woodobo is my brand.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's good, fresh.
Oh, it's good fresh. Like the one that we stewed in the pot the first night was so tough compared to this. This is the way to win right here. We're frying it right up in the bear fat.
Fresh grouse and bear fat. Can't beat that.
And Woodobo. All right, she's done. Been cooking for about 6 hours. Let's see how I did. If it comes apart. It's cooked all the way through. Oh, look at that. Yep, there we go. Grouse ducking. Looks like it's cooked through. I'm seeing, you know, the meat comes right off the grouse. So, it's juicy. It's actually pretty juicy. It melts in your mouth. Maybe that has a lot to do with that. Look at that big old chunk of bear fat right there, still hanging out inside. It's been melting and dissolving its fatty goodness into the meats. And the grouse actually is really good with the Woodobo spice on it. Let's try the duck. Duck's a bit on the dry side. It's not coming apart all that great, but a little duck leg. Not too shabby. Grouse ducking. Bacon wrapped grouse ducking. Now that would be awesome.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Just grab onto the spit there and...
Which would you recommend, the grouse or the ducking?
Actually, the grouse is probably the better of the two. If it needed some more Woodobo or something, because it kind of got rubbed off or something. But because of the bear fat, it
smells good.
It cooked good.
That's fine. That's good.
There you go.
All right. Well, you can eat it.
Yeah, you can eat it.
I don't know that.
Should end up a little on the chewy side, but
it's always chewy when you spit roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, worked out. Congratulations.
Yeah. I think I just had some shot or something.
6:30. Gonna do some early morning duck hunting. Water's on. I'm gonna go wait for my shot at some ducks. I'm ready. Sounds like we're not the only people out here. Feels like just like being at home in the woods in Maine now. dueling chainsaws going on over there. Whoops, I forgot to turn the mic on when I switched cameras. I'll just have to dub something over it for you. Yeah. That's good. Good stuff. Early morning stuff. That instant coffee will really put hair on your chest. I almost feel it growing. I knew I shouldn't have forgot that blackout coffee. That's good stuff. Would have been so much better. After drinking this swill for 7 days, I won't forget again to bring my blackout coffee. Ugh. Hey, how's it going? You know, there's some trees over there. They're really big ones. Big. You wouldn't believe how big they are. And you get up to them, and then you can see them. Like right over there, and over there, a couple more over there. And I was looking at them, and I think they're pines. A couple more up that way too. Woods is full of pines. I like the pines. They're my favorite tree. You know, what's your favorite tree? I bet you're more of an oak. Yeah, I like oak. Yeah, I like any tree I can make a slingshot out of. You know me. Speaking of slingshots, I saw a jackalope last night. He ran across the other side of the river. It was pretty awesome. I mean, I've only ever seen him stuffed.
There should be some fat globules, which you will be excited about.
That tastes so good.
Doesn't it
the little globules of fat are just like grizzled up in the pan. They taste so good.
And you guys might think we get the runs from this, but we don't get the runs from this.
No.
My body's handled this 100%. 90%. There was one night where I overate, and that was a mistake. So I ended up throwing up a little bit and having the runs, but only slightly. So getting the right ratios is key. And after you go through the adaptive phase, which is you think about 5 or 6 days or something like that.
Yeah. That's really good. That duck that I did over the grouse ducking actually tastes so much better chopped up today. And back in here, it's got a lot of juice back into it. It doesn't taste dry like it did a little bit yesterday. It was
bear fat.
The bear fat, yeah. Bear fat for the win. Oh, big old moose poops. Oh, maybe he's been. This is where he's been coming. Maybe this is where he came through last night when Chris woke up and heard him crashing through the woods. That looks like that's fairly fresh, pounded through here. All right, I'm gonna head back. I'm keeping the sun right here at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. But I wanna come back and end up a little bit upstream so I'm not covering the same trail. So I'm gonna keep the sun right on my left. I wanna end up a little upstream so I'm not covering the same pathway, which would be over that way. I kind of circled this way and now I'm heading that way. Let's see how I do. There we go. Nailed it. Is that a duck or a loon? All right, I just got a duck on the wing. All right, now I just got to get the canoe and retrieve him. Grieving the loss of my duck. so looking forward to, you know, getting a duck on the wing. It was there. And then we went out, canoed, I flew the drone, looked for it with the drone. I can't imagine where it could have gone, you know. Fortunately, you know, this is the wild. Animals go down, somebody will benefit from it somewhere along the line, some animal will. And but I also walked up the bank on this side thinking maybe if it came, tried to tuck itself into the bushes. And as I was doing so, a duck flew from the other side of the river up and away. Maybe I just rung his bell and he popped up, scooted over there, rested up a bit. And as we paddled by, he didn't move. And then when I walked over there, he finally said, "I'm good." And he took off, and he flew right from across from right where I shot him. So I guess he either lived, hopefully he lives to fight another day.
Ooh, probably going on 4 or 5 days now. And we had it frozen initially. We let it defrost. This meat is freezing cold in our primitive cooler. There is almost no risk of spoiling for at least 2 or 3 weeks by my estimation. You can always do a sniff test. If it starts to look green, it's probably not edible anymore, but this stuff, this will keep for 2 weeks, and then probably it's even becoming more tender as the bacteria starts working on the meat, breaking it down.
All right, bear meat and bear fat with some adobo and a little bit of water. That's gonna be good. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. There we go. That's gonna be delicious. Feels weird not using my shovel, but I'm trying out this hatchet I was sent. This will be in deep water, so it won't matter too much. But it's best to have a hobo reel be smooth at the top so you can zing your line out there and let it slide off the end of here. You see what I'm talking about when I rig it up. This one's also for batoning or clubbing unfinished ducks. It's a survival hatchet, so inside, of course, is a myriad of different tools. Did I unscrew the right part to find the right tool? I did. Wind it on to the end for casting. There we go. And one hobo reel in all our glory. Let's go fishing. That was an epic cast there. That was like 13 feet. That's not bad for a canoe. I could do it from the shore. I can get like 40 feet, but. So no luck on the fish, but we finally made it up to the main lake. Check it out here. It's just spreads out before us. We never made it all the way up here the other day. And there's some like cliffs over there kind of going down into the water, some ledges. And over here it's really steep, so it's probably a lot better fishing. But we see a little clearing here and maybe a building through the woods. So I want to take a peek and see if it's like an old hunting shack or something like that. That'd be kind of neat to see. Is it a shack or is it a palace? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Looks like a palace. Beautiful little shelter here out in the woods. Look at the, see, we got a little skylight there, so it's not too old, the bubble skylight. And looks like it's had some damage over the years. See a little bit of rot going on. And a lot of what looks like claw marks. It's taken some abuse from the local bear population or something. I imagine they probably come in with a boat though. We didn't see anything else on the map out this way. This is, I mean, it's like a full-on resort in there. Oh, crikey. Oh, you got the... Oh, man, you got me good. Jeepers. I was just looking up. I was just looking like I was like, man, it probably was built from all these large pines right here. I mean, this clearing was probably made and then turned into this beautiful place. That's all right. Crazy, you.
So creepy looking in there.
It's all locked up and boarded up. Yeah, it does sort of look like something from a Stephen King movie.
And they got a couple. Yeah, this is like the perfect place to film a horror movie.
Yeah, there's like
Isn't it?
Giant fireplace.
It's just like they got that building. Like scary things could come out of any one of those windows. And the forest back here and the remoteness. There's a couple canoes in there though. That makes me think that weird people don't live here.
Because they have canoes?
Because they have canoes. Modern canoes. Not like this old cedar strip.
Wow, this is a neat little place. Wouldn't this be a nice little cabin to come to for a couple weeks during the year and go out there and fish in, have the whole family out here playing, running around, cooking stuff. Considering the size of these pines, they really probably didn't have to cut any more than where that clearing is for the log cabin and then just build it. That is such a neat thing. How fun would that be? Ooh, it's too hot to lift. Oh, it's all, wow, look.
Just look at it. Would you look at this?
Yeah.
Look at that. Ow, it's hot. It's really, really hot. Look at that. Oh, that's like a layer of yellow, melted, rendered fat. Oh my goodness. It just dissolves.
Perfect.
There's like nothing.
Piece of meat dissolved?
It's like, yeah, it's like baby food.
Oh man.
It's like, it's so cooked, it just like melts on your tongue, you know? That's amazing.
I would like a side of rice with this, please.
Oh.
And some veggies.
That does sound good.
That would be just done.
Mm-hmm.
Noodles, I would, some...
Oh, some of those fat wiggly noodles there.
Yeah. Just to soak up all the extra...
Like the kind that people put in beef stews
and stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the rain's coming in, so we have to cut this short.
I don't want to stop eating. It's so good. Chris is running around putting his stuff in his tent. I'm trying to think if there's anything I have out. Ooh, my solar charger. And early to bed. Early to bed is early to rise. Might be able to get a duck in the morning if it's not raining. And then we're changing lodgings. Once again, the most beautiful part of the hammock. Last thing comes down is your covering. If it had been raining during this whole packing process, I would have been safe and secure until I rolled up the last piece of my gear. Yeehaw, and I could even taken it with me just loose and covered stuff up in the boat. Love this war bonnet hammocking thing. Awesome stuff. I would tell you what, I will just be happy to be away from sleeping next to this Blair Witch hole, creepy hole thing next to me. It's been sticking in my craw. Yeehaw, on to new places. There we go, we're out of here. Try to leave every campsite I come to better than it was when I arrived. And no bits of garbage. Looks good. Let's get out of here. When you're determined to go fishing and your ex-wife's car won't make it up into the bushes. Says no parking. Not no re-landscaping so you can drive around said fence. Nailed it. Yee-hoo! We're here at our new location. Catfishing Central on the river. Looks to be good. Beautiful spot. Just like all of them here in Canada. Look at that. So I figured I could set my hammock up or I could do a bit of fishing. I decided fishing was a better bet. So I'm just going out here with a little worm. Nothing too special. Chris says there's some bass in here and some fall fish. Fall fish we could use for bait for the catfish, and bass we could use for eating. Alright, got my first fish here in Canada. A smallmouth bass. And yeehaw, see if I can do it again. Definitely we're gonna be eating this guy tonight. I am hungry for something besides the huge. Oh, you got one. Oh. Oh, another small bass. There we go.
Show it to me.
Somebody's got fish envy. I got two and he's got, no, I'm just kidding. Got another one. I got a fighter. There we go, 3. This one's a little small, putting him back. It's just something so manly about pushing over a tree. Go out in the woods, have a nice walk, find a dead tree, push it over. Be careful though, because sometimes the tops will crack if they're really rotten and fall back on your head. So you got to be good at it. Lifetime practice right here. Quick way. There we go. Doing it the fast way, all set up so we can go catfishing.
No bites yet.
No bites?
This is a little worrying.
You got your bell?
I'm always concerned that there's not a bite and there should be a bite. Yep, bell's
He's got
there.
a bell. His line, fishing pole, headed out. Nice. You got another bell for me?
Nope, you gotta make your own.
Oh, okay.
I found that one in the tree.
All right, so I gotta go hunt myself down a bell. I think a soda can would do it.
Yep.
See what I can find. All kinds of chip bags and other garbage. There's gotta be one beer can I can make a bell out of. Oh, there we go.
It's always a relief to get the first fish, then you know there's actually fish around. Not a big one, but we'll see once it gets closer. So you felt the bite, right?
I felt it nibbling when you walked away.
And it swam toward us, so that's why the bell didn't keep going.
Yeah.
So it was always there. Alright. See if we can get this. Oh yeah, now it's alive. Coax it into the net. There we go. First fish. We're not skunked, my friend.
Beautiful fish.
Isn't it? My new favorite fish. It's pretty close to eating trout. Love them. When you hold a catfish, you hold it like I'm holding it, right? Underneath, thumb, finger. The reason you do that is because they have very sharp barbs here. Like that's hard as a rock here. Sharp as a knife. Both sides and in the dorsal fin as well. If you get jabbed with that, I've never been jabbed with it, so I can't vouch for how much it hurts, but I've been told it feels like a bee sting or a wasp sting. So it's not permanent. It's not going to kill you or anything, but it does hurt. So that's what the fish uses to protect itself against predators.
All right, all rigged up to get in on the catfish action. Basically, got at the end of your line, you got a treble, and then you got another one tied on just a little bit below that, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, piece of yummy beaver meat. Trading a few calories for a bunch more calories once we catch a catfish. Put both hooks into your piece of beaver meat. I'm gonna send it out there and see if I can't catch a catfish. Just playing with it. Ah, just playing with it. I missed him.
Bam, we got him. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. The hook's not hooked properly. There we go.
Nice.
Nailed it. That was so. Oh no, we good. We had 2 hooks in there.
Oh,
that
yeah.
scared me though. Whew.
Good job. There we go. 3 for Chris. We can get him. All right. We can get the fire going. A little adobo on the fish to bring out the wonderful flavors. Ooh, hot fish. All right, fish is done. Get that off. All right, look at that bass right up in bear fat, and I got a couple pieces of bear fat, crispy bear fat. I'm gonna have with it. First fish catch of the season 4 Wilderness Living Challenge. Fried up in bear fat. Oh. Alright, coals are just right. Flames have died down, so we're gonna put the catfish on. Boom. There you have it. Right on the hot coals. Cook it up. All ready to be eaten. I'm so hungry. Skin peels right back. Protected it while it cooked on the coals. Mmm. That is so good. Mmm. Catfish is awesome. Good morning, world. I don't think so.
We're changing lodgings, boys. Just want to make sure we get a boil on this every day, every 24 hours, to boil off any bacteria that are starting to build up in there that can make us sick. Bone marrow for breakfast. Good? Like that?
Sure. Catfish over there?
Yeah.
This looks like the breakfast of champions.
I just found some chanterelles. Look at that. Woohoo! Score. Yummy, delicious chanterelles. But always make sure you know exactly what you're picking for mushrooms. You don't want to pick the wrong mushroom.
I don't care.
Wow, that is rich. That is good.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. There's some calories in there.
Yeah.
I got all over my beard, do I?
Basically, all the delicious sounds. That's the fat and stuff there. The marrow getting all gushed up. And try to rake it out of there with my chopstick. Oh. Also have the air bladder from the catfish. I'm gonna throw that onto a hot rock and sizzle that up. It's got a lot of fat in it, and that'll be a tasty little treat. Looks kind of like a tongue, but that's the air bladder from the catfish. The key ingredient to every bushcraft meal is the adobo spice. His own special recipe. Now that came from a thing called adobo.
You want the long story or the short story?
The short story.
Okay, so I went to Dominican and I tried to figure out what spice they used, and they called it adobo when I researched it, and so I started researching adobo, and then gave me a list of spices, imitated it, and it came up with this spice. So and then somebody else called it, instead of calling it adobo, they called it woodobo, because wood beard. So yeah, basically it's a blend of spices, and it works on everything. Every wild game that so far that I've eaten: fish, bird, bear.
It just complements everything. It has like this little hint of Mexican food slash Thai food slash, I don't know. Every time I have it, I feel like it brings some other memory up of a delicious meal from some different place I've been, or different type of restaurant, Italian. It's like whatever's on your mind at the time. It
detects what you're craving and makes it for you.
Enjoy.
Look at that flaky, juicy catfish cooked over the coals. A little bit of the adobo. That is awesome. This is delicacy being out here. Amazing. It just melts in your mouth. So much flavor. I always thought catfish was like a muddy, you know, bottom feeding, gross thing. This has to be one of the most delicious fish I'd almost say I prefer it over like the shard, the rainbow trout, because of the way the meat rakes off and there's so much of it, and there's none of those bones and bone issues that you have with rainbow trout. There's so many bones. It's like, it's so tasty, but so much work. So far, 6 days, very content with eating just wild foods, and the energies I'm getting from them makes me feel like I should just be doing this all the time. So I'm missing the greens. Oh, and broccoli. I love broccoli. Fresh broccoli on my salad. So those things, I'm missing those a little bit out here, but this food is very sustenance rich, energy rich food. Definitely a way to win.
Catfish bladder, it's gonna be chewy. So it's a warning, fair warning. You can eat the bladder. The bladder is good, it's fatty. It's what makes the fish float, but it's chewy.
Yeah.
It's really chewy. So ready, 1, 2, 3, go.
Has like no flavor whatsoever.
No flavor at all. No.
It doesn't taste fatty necessarily either.
No. Not necessarily fatty, but
just a race so you can chew their chewy piece up first.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little chewy.
A lot chewy. In the true nature of a hunter-gatherer, we are picking up, moving to a new location, so we're gonna go for pike. Oh, such a good fish. Moving locations isn't an easy thing. It means lots of packing, so we're utilizing what we have, the car.
Back up, you're gonna hit the tree. Watch it.
Good?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, watch the stump in the front. Okay, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, good.
Woohoo! Nailed it!
We made it.
Alright, we are at a new location, the Pike spot. Once again, fairly remote and full of moose tracks. Look at the size of those moose tracks. All through here. He's coming down to here to drink. Maybe we'll see something in the night. Here, I'm coming out here for a drink in the morning or something like that. Wouldn't that be fun? Look at that big old hunks of wiggly bear fat. For some reason it's just getting myself to sit down and take that first bite, and then I'm all about it. Everywhere I go, I just make myself some chopsticks. The easiest thing to make. And once you get the hang of them, you're good. Thanks, Chris. Today on Backwoods Iron Chef, we have bear meat. We're gonna stew it, steak it, fry it, mix it with some grouse and some catfish, and eat it.
Oh wait, there's more.
A bunch of fat.
That's right.
Yeah.
How's that look?
Awesome. So that a pile of fat right there was about, what, 3 times that size when we started the challenge?
Oh, at least.
At least 3 times the size of this, but we've eaten.
I'm just gonna pick a few hairs off for you.
No worries. Yeah. Few hairs.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's one nice little steak. Oh. All right, steaks are done. What do you think?
It's good.
Good, tough?
It's chewy.
Chewy.
Yeah.
That's what we figured, right?
Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of wanted the taste of a steak, right?
Yeah. Oh, the flavor is amazing.
Actually, you know what I usually do in situations like this? The trick is to have 2 pieces of steak.
Yeah, yeah.
Use your bottom piece of steak as your cutting board for your top piece of steak. And you're good to go. And I went down and I washed my knife. I had a little camp soap I keep with me. Washed my knife and my chopsticks. So we're not contaminating it with raw cuttings.
I think the trick is gonna be small pieces.
Yeah. Like how small? Like, is that too big?
Bites, swallow size pieces. Swallow size. Now you know why we stew.
Actually, no, that's not
too bad.
That's not bad. I expected it to be as bad as that first one after a little bit.
I think my piece is too big. Probably why it's gonna be trickier.
Dime size diameter, that's the trick right there. All right, enjoy your steak. I'm going to bed.
All right, good night.
It's wet out here. It's wet, wet, wet. It's getting wetter by the second. I've had enough of this. I'm gonna find my hammock. There we go. Ah, it's dry under here. It must only be like 7:30. But moving days. Moving camp, cooking food, dragging out firewood, making a stew that we weren't even going to eat, but we have to preserve our food so we don't waste any. All of it takes a great deal of effort, which is very rewarding. So I just woke up. It's the wind woke me up. Calm down for a second. This thing's bouncing all over the place. Like a micro blow or something coming through here. I'm worried about that tree in the come along. Oh no, here it comes again. Feel a little motion sick from all of the slight rocking and the heavy wind. It's thunder and lightning out there. It's so loud and there's so much wind and so much rain. Holy cow. Whatever. Oh, good morning. Wow, I've been in here for about 12 hours in my hammock. Well, the world sounds like it was blowing apart around me. It's still windy as all get out. I'm gonna get out and see what's happening out there.
Give them back to me or I'll... It's too late. There they are.
They're wet.
boots are dry. That's a little damp. I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too bad. Ugh.
There's my repair I had to make just before bed. The tree that I had tied up to decided to crack and rip out of the ground partially, and it leaned over against another one. Oh, I guess in the dusk when I set it up there wasn't needles, it was just all moss and things growing on it. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Look at this. That was not... That's across my trail. That came down right here. That one came down over there near Chris's tent over... That's like... That missed him by feet. Holy cow. It just... Couple more degrees. And there'd have been no more wooded beardsmen.
I know this guy who used to sit and play video games all day. He gets what he wants, so he never has to work for anything he gets. This seems like luck in the beginning, but slowly turns into something that can't be revived. Now days go by while his legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy.
Grouse down.
I didn't want to hit the canoe.
I saw that.
No,
I was like,
go. Yeah, beauty.
Great. Grouse and chanterelles for breakfast.
You know, if I was sitting around camp, I wouldn't have got it, right?
Right? Yeah.
Because you'd be like, what? No, not ready.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There it is.
Breakfast.
Doesn't that just make your mouth water?
Not so much, huh?
Legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies, oh, his legacy dies. People in your ear make you feel valid and have you thinking that your future's secure. If you have a high hope, you don't have to grab it, 'cause it'll just come. Yeah, you're destined to have it. Complacent life with no steps taken to try and realize you're dreaming away, and it all slips by while your legacy dies. Your legacy dies, your legacy dies, your legacy dies, and your legacy dies. Your legacy dies, and your legacy dies, your legacy. He can't feel whole, 'cause he's so confused with life. It's simplicity, dishonesty will sometimes yield a profit, but in the end, the truth will win time and time again. Is why his legacy dies. His legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies, his legacy dies,
Nice.
his legacy dies, 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 dies.
Alright, we got our grousing, chanterelles, catfish. Get a pan clean. Throw some fresh bear fat into the pan to fry everything up in. And get our cook on. That'll do it. Alright, so I'm just gonna pop out the fat bits now that we've rendered enough to cook in. And that way we can fit the catfish in there. Alright, now we gotta just get the catfish all fit in there. All nice like. Just enough room for one catfish. Back on the fire. Good thing. Yeah. Little snack while I wait. The crackled up fat there. Really rendered for cooking our food in. Yum. Mmm. So good. Look at the canoe. And just go show you how much rain we got last night. You see this? It's like 8 inches of water down there. Woo! That was all from last night. That was a lot of rain. There we go. Now the catfish is cooked a bunch and then flipped once. I'm gonna add the smaller stuff, the chanterelles and grouse to the pan. Let them cook with it too. What a tasty breakfast. Little grouse heart in there, chanterelles. Mix that all around. That'll be good. Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
That stuff was awesome. Probably get it below in the description. And we're selling it now on Fowler'sMakeryMischief.com.
And there we go.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Looks good?
That looks amazing.
Oh, your coffee's showing. That's just cheat. You're not actually cheating. Zach's been upfront about eating coffee in his water.
Yeah, I eat my coffee.
A spoonful. No. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Looks good. Look Cracklings, fat.
Look at that. Oh, see that goldeny catfish right there?
Dude, that's
the
so rich.
Well, we might have done the chanterelles a minute too long. That was a chanterelle.
Oh no! Epic fail.
Yeah. There's some of the grouse, nice and crispy, goldeny on the outside. Oh. Oh, we can't eat it. It's spoiled.
No, no good.
No.
Oh, look at all the fat in the bottom. Let's drink it.
Oh, can't even. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Let's dig in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lord, for this grouse and the catfish that you've given us and all this food that you've given us through this whole challenge. And thank you for Chris and he inviting me up here and just in Jesus' name, amen.
Dig in.
All right, catfish. Oh.
Catfish good?
Dip it right in the fat. Mmm. Mmm.
Hot. Hot? Mmm.
Yep.
That fat's hot.
Mmm. Oh. This is the best breakfast we've made so far, I think. You know?
That's the trick.
Well, yesterday's catfish was really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Nice to have some variety. Now we're moving on to frying.
Mm-hmm.
From stews.
Yeah. Oh.
There's not too many people watching that would eat this and not like it.
No,
I don't think there's anybody who'd be like, no, that's gross. This is like awesome.
A little crisped up chanterelle. Mmm. Those are one of the best mushrooms. No, these are the best parts right here. I love fish like this. This is my favorite way to do fish. Fried up, get the spine in the middle, the back part of the fish, and you just pick it up and you just eat the whole thing around the spine. Mmm. All crispy and juicy. And that adobo, so good. Oh, see if we can get chanterelle fried to the outside of it. Mmm. Even that tail fin, you just crunch it right up because it's fried up all nice.
I like the fish. Like the grouse is good, but I think because you waited so long for the fish to cook, the grouse is probably overcooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from it.
I wanted to do the fish and then take it out and put the grouse in, but then I was like, I'm hungry, so I threw it all in, got anxious.
Yeah.
So now it's all, the grouse is really crispy, tastes good, but a little overly crispy, and the chanterelles are just little crispy, like cracklings basically now, which isn't bad. Nice variety. I don't know, somewhere I heard like an old wives' tale of getting a fish bone stuck in your throat sideways, and then remembering Tom Hanks in The Burbs, and he's like, and I just picture myself being out there alone, gagging on a catfish, or not a catfish bone, but a trout bone, and having to tap out because I, you know, like had a bone stuck in my throat for a week and I just couldn't stand it any longer, going nuts.
Well, I'm reaching my limit.
This is a lot of food.
That's a lot of calories, right?
Yeah. One more bite. Got him. Oh man, this one we're breasting out for sure. Another grouse, or half a grouse.
So Zach was teasing me about my shot on the grouse. The old clean shot with the slingshot. Well, he switched over to the gun. Turn it around. We want to see. There's some salvageable bits on there.
I cleaned it. I got it. I got it, and everything with one shot.
You're looking at my bum.
You get a little nutty after you spend several days together alone in the wild. Well, for those of you that are bummed that I haven't built anything outside of a bell, a seat, and I can't even think of anything else, I'm sorry. He doesn't let me sit still long enough. It's catch and cook so we can maintain or gain weight while living off of wild food. So he doesn't give me more than 10 minutes to like, all right, you done catching your breath? Let's go, let's go.
Run! Run! Rest! Rest! Run! Run!
No, it's not as bad as that. It's more food, more food. He's like, shoot more, shoot more. More food. New location. We ate everything that was here, let's go. Chris just got one. We're in the right area, but the problem is fighting the wind. It's pretty nasty out here. That's 1 to 1. It's not a competition. Nope. mine's bigger. Fishing hasn't gone so well. I got my one fish. Chris caught a tiny one he put back. and we spooked some ducks over there and they went to this side. So take what you got when it's given to you and try to make the best of it. Here we go. One pike.
So pull yourself together, drift away like dreary weather.
Pretty much just using my thumb and fingers to pop the meat off of the last bones here, and then slice it up. There we go. It's not too bad. There's one grouse breasted out right there, and the pieces of meat that you get from it.
Alright, so you want to clean a dirty pike, right? So Zach obviously never cleaned one because he never caught one, right?
Right.
Alright, so you got to find the back of the skull. Like that. Pretty easy, right? Down to the spine. Should be using a fillet knife, but we don't have a fillet knife. So you're going to go back till you reach that fin there, and then you're going to come up. That's your one fillet, but there's still going to be bones in the middle, so you got to work that out. Then you're going to follow from about this point here. This is the best fillet. This you can just harvest without having to worry too much about anything because there's no bones in it. So that is boneless. You can eat that straight out. Let's get to the edge here. No bones in that piece, but of course the knife is so sharp that Zach sharpened for me that I went through the skin. So that's one piece of meat, that's good. Now the tricky part, this screws everybody up. So there's a bone, ouch, that hurts, right? So there's a Y bone in there, which is why people hate pike. If you can see, it runs right down there and right down there. So what you gotta do is feel for it, and then you have to go on the opposite side of it, here. Okay. Sometimes you mess it up. I might mess this up. We'll see. The final product will tell us, of course. It never lies. Sometimes it's nice to just actually use this as the guide, so I'll do that just to be safe. It is a small fish. Small fish are harder to clean than bigger fish. But you're trying to make it go as far as possible. So now we're down at the spine there, which is what we want. Right position. And we're going to go from here, and we're just going to scoop out along the ribs. And I'm going to feel here, no bones, because the bones are up in this section here. That's the Y bone section. And we want to make sure we don't go through the rib cage. So we're going to get to the rib cage here. We're going to come out and scoop, out and scoop. So the ribs are in this part here. If we push too hard, we're going to go through that rib. See the ribs there? Another bunch of bones right down there. So we're going to work our way all the way back here and down to the bottom here. Okay, so that's done. That's boneless. You feel it, it's boneless, it's boneless. If you feel the bone, you pull it out. So now we'll just finish that side off like so, and then that's boneless, that's boneless, that's boneless, this is bone. Okay, so let's go back to this. That's the back part. So we want to find, there's bones here, and then there's bones there, which is so darn annoying because you actually have to take out a big section of this in order for it to be boneless, which is ridiculous. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to find the bones on the other side, which are here. And we're going to cut those out. So on a bigger fish, you're going to get a lot more meat from the back. Like this whole section is edible, but it's also full of bones. And because we can't, I mean, maybe we can hold back here. You could also just go here and then scoop forward here. And then this, unfortunately, is bait. And you're going to get those couple pieces here, which are good to eat. So I'm going to continue, get, oh, I went too deep again. All right, forget that, I'll clean that one later. The same thing. Go down, and then we'll scoop it out. Oh, going too fast. Okay, good. And then same. And this is our final half, which we'll finish right now.
Alright, there you go. Look at it. Compare that to the size of my dirty hand. 7 days of dirt, grime. Barely not even a baseball sized chunk of meat off of this fish. There's all of our meat for tonight.
Alright, so column A goes in column B. This fish.
Pike's good.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
People just complain about the bones. The taste of pike is 100% fine. There's nothing wrong with pike.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know the difference between walleye and pike. I don't know, do you ever have walleye?
No.
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 It's like a choice fish, but if you put walleye and pike up against one another, you'd have no idea.
It's like if it's not trout or salmon, then it's just not, it's just fish.
Yeah. But we are eating grouse, which is like, you know, the upper tier of all game birds, right?
It's
grouse
the trout of the woods.
The trout
of the woods.
The trout of the bird family, anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find out if we thrived. I think we survived. I don't feel dead.
I think we thrived. Did we match our weight or lose weight or gain weight? Mm-hmm. We weighed halfway through. I wasn't doing so well, despite the fact eating copious, 50 to 60% blobs of fat, like weight-wise, per, each, meal.
You guys are going to come up with your own theories, I'm sure. Put them down at the bottom if you, want to discuss those things. I'm feeling good. I feel like I can continue this pace forever. I feel like I can continue eating fats and proteins forever. I don't feel short on energy. My digestion is 100% good. I'm not getting, this isn't table talk, but I'm not getting the runs. I'm eating blobs of fat just like you are. Mm-hmm. And I'm the type of person that I can't eat bacon. Like in the mornings, I cannot eat bacon. It goes right through me.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Well, now you have to go home and try that and see if it goes through you or not.
It would be fine, right?
Yeah.
Now it'll be fine. I think so. Something's happened to my body. It's switched over, and now it's just working. Mm-hmm. So it's got something to do with ketogenic. It's got something to do with dumping the processed carbohydrates. And I've been eating apples, and apples has always been like one of those things that if I eat bacon and apples for breakfast, I'm like through. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, but digestion is.
What's even weirder is that you chose to eat the fat and apples.
That's all we had.
Yeah.
We took from the environment what was available at the time, and this is in the fall. Apples, bears. The hunting seasons are all in. We could have gone for deer in a couple weeks. That's opening up.
That's really lean, though.
Yeah, it's a lean. Bear is crucial for this year's Wilderness Living Challenge. So, if you want to survive in the wild, go find copious amounts of fat. Good luck with that, right?
Yeah, right.
Otherwise,
what else is there?
Tough time.
Bear, boar, beef.
Moose.
I mean, you can find a wild cow somewhere. Moose. Okay.
Moose is a big one. I gotta put this on straight and heavy. Oh. Anyway, we're gonna dig down here. I'm gonna finish eating this.
We gotta weigh in. We gotta eat so we can weigh in.
I'm gonna jump on the scale now. I weighed in at the start, was 140.4 or 140.8, one of the two. So if I'm higher than that, I win. So let's check it out. All right, hop on. I got my shoes off. I got the same clothing on I was wearing at the start. Let's see. 142.2. 142.2. That means I gained a pound 8-ish or something like that. Anyway, the real value is gonna be on the bottom. I gained 2 pounds. Is that right? Does that make any sense? I have to pee a little bit, and my stomach full. We just ate. So there's probably 2 pounds and change there on top of it. I was on top of my water all the whole time. We had salts, we had everything we needed. So, hey man, we smashed it out of the park. So look how do you carry that stuff around all day?
The Wazoo utility belt. Like Batman, there's a full survival kit inside of here, as well as 50 pieces of slingshot ammo.
Are you expecting to be marooned?
Yeah!
205.6. 201.2.
201.2.
So about 5 pounds. So you've plateaued out because we weighed you 2 days ago and you were down about 5 pounds. So you're down about 5 pounds now.
So I leveled out.
You leveled out, yeah. You leveled out on this diet. And
so compared to him, I lost.
Right.
But I mean, I think in the long run, you know, if we were to not count the first transition days, we probably, both of us, with what we've been eating, we could maintain our body weight, stay active, full of energy, continue to harvest food, and be healthy. Oh, I almost took home a nice set of arrows I found in my gun case. There's even a fancy stone-tipped one in here.
Ray Fletcher.
Ray Fletcher. Like, not the best looking slingshot, but I had a hard time finding a really good one. This will work great though, it will. Wanted a keepsake. Memories. We're losing track of days, we're just having so much fun being so busy.
TMI for your audience, right? It was a
and you jam it inside the duck.
Oh, crikey. Oh.
Determined to go fishing and your ex-wife's car won't make it up into the bushes. I got 2 and he's got, no, I'm just kidding.
Backwards.
Yeah.
That's okay. Keep going.
What did I say? Bearded woodsman?
Yeah, bearded woodsman. That's another guy. That's another guy.
Yeah. This'll do. Alright, thanks man for having me. I learned a lot. Check out the Wooded Beardsman down below. The link is there. We got some seriously awesome adventures. Now I gotta head back to Maine. I missed you so much. Hey, where's Abby? She's already in there trying to watch TV, isn't she, the little goober? You like them? They're Canadian gummies. Say thank you, Wooded Beardsman.
Thank you, Wooded Beardsman.
And don't forget to check out our sponsor, Curiosity Stream, with documentaries on everything from science, technology, and wildlife. It's got a little bit of something for everybody in the family. Available on the majority of all major streaming platforms. And you can get all this for only $20 a year. Check out that link in the description below and get unlimited access to content like you haven't already seen.